The news that those restrictions could be lifted sooner rather than later is welcome for businesses like gyms and restaurants that have been forced to close under this modified stage 2, but especially following the release of that data yesterday that showed that those types of businesses are not the problem when it comes to the spread of COVID-19. That has many frustrated.
When I hear that they're closing Peel Region restaurants, I need to know why. We honestly can't take it anymore. I don't think any other small business owners can take it anymore. We're losing.
The owner of East Tecan in Mississauga says his restaurant has seen business drop by about 75% since the beginning of the month when he was forced to close indoor dining again.
My biggest frustration was letting our staff go for the second time within a 6-month period.
That pill was even harder to swallow when the province released data yesterday showing the biggest culprits when it came to the spread of COVID-19. Schools and daycares account for 10 to 22% of all outbreaks since August in Toronto, York, and Peel. Long-term care homes had up to 18% of outbreaks, and industrial settings such as factories up to 22%. In Toronto, restaurants and bars followed with 14% and York with 8%. But in Peel, only 3% of COVID outbreaks began at restaurants or bars.
Before I heard that news, we had a feeling that restaurants had nothing to, of course, had minimal contribution to the increased numbers. I am very confident that we were following the highest standards in terms of social distancing, hygiene and sanitation and disinfecting measures.
Alcumber says he'd rather see a focus on enforcement for restaurants who don't take necessary safety precautions rather than a blanket shutdown for them all. It's a similar sentiment being echoed by some gym owners.
I have a huge 5,000 square foot space. We actually believe that we have social distance better than what I was seeing in some of those studios. Come and see what we're doing. Base it on facts.
The data shows gyms make up just 2 to 4% of outbreaks in the 3 regions, leaving many feeling they've been unfairly targeted. And they say being forced to shut down isn't just impacting their bottom line.
Our members have pushed us. They need this. It's not even about our business and never mind the investment and all of that. This was a place where they could come and spend an hour on themselves. It's a release, you know. There are so many benefits to working out, helps to combat depression and just releases endorphins. So it really is an important part of people's well-being.
Now for Toronto, Peel, and Ottawa, that 28-day period is set to expire at the end of next week. For York Region, it's about 10 days after that.